Across the studio, Emma James is waiting with MediaWatch. Good to see you.
Hi there.
Now, clearly, Emma, communications are tricky with Burundi, which is the main story we're following here in France 24 all day. Chaos there continues. We've seen some images coming from the capital, which frankly looks scary. What's the latest you found on the situation?
Well, broadcasters shut down, the government clamping down on internet use, but one man who claims to be in Burundi has been able to tweet, and that is the president, Pierre Nkurunziza. The latest tweet came in just in the matter of the last few hours, and he claims that he is in Burundi. He congratulates the army and the police for their patriotism. He also congratulates the people of Burundi for their patience. But as you can see in the comments down below, there is quite a bit of scepticism about this. One person saying that she believes he's still in a five-star hotel in Tanzania. Another person saying you're a disgrace to Burundi and Africans. Why not forego your illegal third-term ambition to save your people if you love them? More scepticism as well from this journalist who claims to have spoken to 3 high-ranking government officials who insist that despite that tweet, Pierre Nkurunziza is still in Uganda. So again, no clear information coming out of Burundi yet. If we take a look at The Guardian, one of the reasons why we're not getting that much information is down to the fact that the Burundian government is actually clamping down on internet use because they want to stop people arranging protests via things like WhatsApp, via Twitter, using hashtags like Stop Nkurunziza. They talk about the fact that people are trying to get around this with technical means that I don't quite understand. But as you can see from this image here, you see what happened to a radio station that yesterday broadcast the announcement of the army's coup. That's what it looks like today. So the situation in Burundi continues to cause a great deal of concern.
It's complicated, and that's the word we're getting from everyone concerned. So many different aspects to this story. And as you say, he could be in Tanzania, he could be in Uganda, he could be in Burundi itself. It is complicated, Emma. Let's move on. The big meeting in Washington, of course, between Barack Obama and the Gulf states. This is the Gulf Cooperation Council. Their leaders there seeking assurances about this new nuclear deal with Iran, but some accused of snubbing President Obama.
Yes, and it is said by some that it is Iran and the US's new, slightly friendlier relationship with Iran that has caused all these problems. If we take a look at this article from the Times newspaper, they place the blame very squarely on that newly thawed relationship. They say that it's unbalanced the Middle East and stoked ancient rivalries, and their conclusion is that Obama deciding to deal with the Iranian president, deciding he's not a cheat but someone that he can do business with, was a moment of folly that is now dictating all current events. Elsewhere, though, not everyone in agreement that that's the reason for what's happening with these Gulf state leaders not turning up at Camp David. Politico says that it's down to an interview that Obama gave last month where he talked about oppressive Arab regimes could become the next Syria and Libya unless they reform and actually give their people more freedom.
So that clearly was pouring fuel on the flames already burning in that part of the world in many ways. Let's move on to a final story. Online debate raging over the fate of 2 small dogs belonging to a very famous film star who has a penchant for France.
Johnny Depp is, of course, the man in question, but he flew his dogs into Australia, where he's currently filming the latest instalment of Pirates of the Caribbean. Didn't declare them. And the Agriculture Minister in Australia has said he has until Saturday to get them out of the country or the dogs will be euthanised.
How did he get them into the country, Emma?
By private jet.
OK, private jet.
Got
the money? Yes.
There is a signature, there is a petition circulating online. More than 11,000 people have signed up to it. The Guardian newspaper is also on board with this story. It's even got a countdown telling you how much time Johnny Depp has to get his dogs out of the country. Plenty of jokes online, lots of images like this saying, you know, these were possible jihadists, and it's given birth to one of the best hashtags I've ever seen on Twitter, War on Terrier.
War on Terrier.
They're drawing parallels between terrorists, saying that these dogs, they want them out of the country because of that. Also parallels with asylum seekers. No way, you will not make Australia home. This one here talks about turn them back, go back to the kennel where you came from. But my favourite images are the ones that actually tie in with the actual agriculture minister who came out with this, Barnaby Joyce. And this one says, Exhibit A, Pistol and Boo. Those are Johnny Depp's dogs. Exhibit B, Barnaby Joyce. Which exhibit actually looks rabid?
I think it's fairly obvious looking at those pictures who looks rabid, isn't it? Poor old Barnaby Joyce. But, if you're going to threaten two little Yorkshire Terriers like that, mind you, there is a serious issue, isn't there, here about how you can get animals into the country like that, just via a private jet. It makes you wonder what else goes on, doesn't it? Watch this space. Emma, thank you very much indeed for Media Watch. Will, thank you. I know we will both sign the petition, War on Terrier, to keep those dogs with us. Get them back, Johnny. Don't waste any time. Thank you for watching.